Hello, it's Sean. Today I'm going to be playing a game of Conflict of Heroes Awakening the Bear, 2nd edition. I'm going to be playing the firefight scenario called Partisans. It's the first scenario in the book. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different though. I have these spent action tokens. These are created by Kevin Kitchens and they're available on Board Game Geek. I'll put a link in the notes below. But these simulate the solo deck action points that you're spinning. So I'm going to play a solo game with the core game, and I'm going to use these. And I've put them on Scrabble tokens that I got off of eBay. Put the labels on these so they're easy to draw out of the bag. So basically when each side takes their activation, whatever that might be, you draw a token and see if they are spent. There are special ones that say, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it says AI only on the bottom. So those will only affect the AI. If my side draws those, they will not be spent regardless. So that is what we're going to do for the setup. I'll control both sides and we'll see how everything goes. I've got the board set up. These are the units that are set on the table. This is the control marker for that location. It can change sides, but it starts in Russian hands. These units will come in on this edge of the board in the first turn. These guys come in on the Soviet second turn, and this guy can come in on the German third turn. I am using the cards. I have everything less than 20 in this deck, and I've shuffled them. Each player will get 2 cards, and they'll be able to take their actions from those. I've set up the player track sheets here. We're not going to use the action points per unit because we're using these action point tokens. So we'll skip that. Each side does have caps to use those, so we'll have those. I've shuffled these cards and we're going to deal out 2 to the German player. So they have careful aim and a command action, and then I have 2 cards for the Russian player, and they have experienced sergeant and luck. So I'm going to get rid of this experienced sergeant because we don't have action points. This isn't going to be useful. I should have pulled them out ahead of time, but I didn't. So anything that affects the number of action points a unit has, we're not going to make use of. So we have luck and then a command action for the Soviet player. Well, our first activation, we're going to move this machine gun onto the field. They're going to move there. That is AP1. We'll draw to see if they are spent, and they are not. The Russians will activate. He's going to move there. Again, 1 action point. Draw to see if he is spent, and he is not. Let's just move forward, and he is spent. It's going to move there. And he is also spent. This light machine gun is going to move on there. Single action point. And he is also spent. And he's going to move there. He is not spent. Rifle team will move there. He is not spent. Move there. This is not spent. He is not spent. And he is not spent. He's good. Also fine. Into those trees. This will be a 2 AP. And he has spent. Move into these trees. He is fine. One AP. He is all right. This machine gun is going to move into these heavier trees here. And he is all right. This Russian is going to fire on him. His defense is going to be 13. 12 plus 1 for the woods. His attack is +3. It is within range. So he needs a 10 or better. And he got it. Draw from the correct bag. Well, this guy is suppressed, which isn't good. We're going to check to see if he's spent. That costs 3 AP. He is not spent. That's good. He's going to fire again. He has no modifiers to his defense. So, need a 10 again. And he got it. So that is probably going to kill him unless this is a miss. This is not a miss, so that kills that guy. Not an auspicious start here. Let's see if he's spent 3 or better. He is not spent. Step there. And he is spent. Well, he's spent. So this guy is gonna try to get across the ground here. Alright, the Russian player doesn't want to run out in the open here, so they are going to pass. And then the German player will also pass because they have no units to activate. So we'll reset. Put our tokens back into the bag. Both players get an additional card. All right. So the Soviets got another luck card, and the Germans got a swift action card. And on turn 2, the 2 Soviet rifle teams will enter, and they enter from this from here. All right. Another player is going to add any APs for initiative. So this will be for the German player. Germans got a 3, Soviet player got a 5. So the Soviet player gets to go first. And they don't really like their options. This guy is going to move into these woods here. And he is okay. He's good. So we move on here. And he is okay. Going to move there. And he is spent. I should have used an AP for that. Or, excuse me, I should use the CP for that. Alright, well he's exposed now. This unit is going to fire upon him. Range is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is within range. We have a +3 to hit. Their defense is 12, 13 for the woods. So that means they're going to need a 10 to hit. And they're going to use 2 action points. Excuse me, they're going to use 2 command points to make that an 8 to hit. And they got a 3, which is going to be a miss. But we're going to check to see if they are spent, and that's 4 for them to fire, so they are spent. They're going to step up there, and they're fine. They got that victory point for when they killed that guy. I didn't mark that. He's fine. But light machine gun's gonna move up. Boo, and he's spent. Some unlucky pulls there. I'm gonna bring this guy on. He's alright. Let's see, what will we need to hit? So I've got +1, defense 13, so I'd need a 12 to hit. That's not going to happen. He's going to fire. I'm going to spend 2 command points. So he's going to fire here. He has +4 against 13, so he needs a 9. And I'm going to use this careful aiming, which gives me a +2. So I need a 7 to hit this guy. And I missed. Boo. He's going to move up there. And he's alright. Germans are going to pass. Soviet player. So I know that there's going to be an enemy approaching over here, so we're going to move in here. And he is spent. German player is going to pass again. Actually, no, they're not. This guy's going to move into these woods. No, he's going to move here, which will be 1. I'm paying for that with a cap. This guy's going to go there. And he's alright. He's going to move there. It's going to be 2 caps. So German player's down to 0 caps now. Forward. He's alright. German player is going to actually, do I just do that? I need a 12. So your defense is 13. His attack is 2, so I need an 11 to hit. We're going to do that. He's going to fire there. Need an 11. I missed. See if he's spent. And he is. He's going to move there. And he is good. Oh, he got spent. German player passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have range. Your attack is 3 against his 13. So you don't need 10. So this guy's going to fire on him. Needs a 10. And I missed. See if he spent. Cost 4. And he is spent. German player's going to pass again. This guy's going to move into those woods. He's fine. This guy's going to fire on him. Range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 3. Defense 13, so he needs a 10 to hit him. And he misses. See if he is spent. And he is not. German player passes. This guy's going to fire again. Missed. But he's only 1 shy. So he is going to play this luck card. I'm going to roll a die on a 1, -3 to the result. On a 2 through a 6, it's +2. So he rolled a 9. He needs 1 more to be able to hit that guy. So if a 2 through 6, he will hit him. And he does. So he is suppressed. We'll roll this, or check to see if he is spent. He is not. German player will pass. We're going to try that again. Needs a 10 to hit. And he misses. See if he is spent. And he is spent. German player will pass. Let's see, this machine gun has a line of fire on that. Defense on this is 14. He has a 3, so he needs an 11. We are going to make that attack. We're going to use 2 APs to increase his firepower. So we need a 9 now to hit that machine gun. We got a 7. I have another luck card for the Soviets, so we're going to do that again. So we need a 7. On a 2 or better, it's going to be a +2, which will end up hitting it. And it does. So it's a hit on that machine gun. And they're stunned. It's no good. See if that machine gun is spent. It is not. It's going to fire on it again. We're going to spend 2 more APs here. It needs a 9 to hit. And that misses. See if it is spent. And it is. still have this unit that's unspent. Germans aren't going to do anything. He's okay sitting over there. He's waiting for whoever's coming in after him. So both players are going to pass. So that'll be the end of the turn. Replenish these to the bag. And we're going to roll for initiative. Let's see, bring these back up. 6 and 7. Here's for the Germans. We have a 6. Here's initiative for the Russian. And they have a 9, so the Russians win initiative. And each side gets to draw a card. Command action for the Germans. And command action for the Russians. All right. Well, this guy, he can't do anything because he's stunned. So I'm going to try to rally him. I need a 7 or better on the die. I'm going to use 2 APs to make that 5. Excuse me, 2 command points to make that a 5. And he passes. And we have to see if he is spent. It costs 5 action points to rally, and he is spent. Okay. So it is Russian player's turn. This guy's got 3 against his 13. Needs a 10 to hit. He's going to fire on him, needing a 10. And he missed. See if he is spent. And he is. Back to the Germans. This guy is going to enter play here. And that is 1. Excuse me, that is 2 for him to enter. And he is fine. This guy is going to move here. That's 1 action point. This is our Whitewoods. He is okay. Now he is going to fire on him. Actually, he could do the swift action, take 2 moves, 2 actions. He could move and then fire on him, which would give him a really good chance of knocking him out. So we're going to do that. So the German player is going to play the swift action. He gets to take an extra turn. First, he's going to move here. And we still got to see if he is spent. And he is not. Now we're going to have him fire for his second action. And so the defense on this guy is 12 and 13 because he's in a Lightwood. The attack value of this guy is 4, but he's +3 because he's in close range. So it's 7 versus a 13. Yeah, so we're going to need a 6 or better. And I'm going to use one AP. I'm going to use one CP to improve my chances. So I need a 5 or better to hit this guy. Ugh, and I missed. That's the worst. Alright, I'll see if he's spent. It's 2. And he's fine. So that Russian player obviously is gonna come right back and fire at me. My defense is 12. He is +3. His base stat is 3, +3 for close combat, so he is +6. So he needs a 6, and he's gonna do 2. So he'll hit me on a 4. And he missed. Oh, that's so lucky. And we're going to see if he is spent. And he is. I got really lucky there. I could move into these woods and try to get a flank on him, and that would force him to eat up some action points to turn to me. Or I can just attack him. Yeah, we're just going to do that. So, I'm just going to fire at him again. I have so I'm total +7 against his defensive 13. So I need a 6 to hit him. And I got a hit. And he is suppressed. So he has a little bit weaker firepower. He's going to attack me right back. They're going to use a command action, so it's a free action for him to fire. His base stat is 3, but he's -2. But he's also +3 because of close range, so he's +4 total against my defense of 12. So he needs an 8. He's going to use 2 action points, and that is going to be a 6 that he needs to hit me. And he got it. And I'm pinned, which, that's right, I can't move, but I can still shoot. I don't believe that I actually checked to see if I was spent that turn, so I'm going to check now for me, and I'm not. He used command point, so he's not spent, or excuse me, he used a command card. So, back to me. I'm pinned. I'm going to go ahead and take another shot at this guy because I feel like I need to. So again, defense 13. My attack is 7. I need a 6. We're going to make that a 4. I really need to kill this guy before he does more damage to me. So 4 better. And that will hit him. It's actually twice what I need, so that would kill him regardless. So he is dead. I get a victory point, and he'll lose 1 command action point next turn. Gotta check to see if I'm spent. I'm not. Back to the Soviet player. Oh, that was a good turn there. This machine gun is going to fire at my guy over here. We're within range. He has a +3. My defense is 13. So he needs a 10 to hit me. He's going to use 1 AP here to improve his chance. So he needs a 9 to hit me. And he missed. See if he is spent. Cost 3. And he is not spent. to try to rally this guy. I need a 5 to rally. I could just fire. 4, 5, 3. Yeah, we're gonna rally. So I need a 7 or better on the dice to rally him. Oh, and I missed. That costs 5, so see if he is spent. And he's not, because this is for AI only. Rush player, he's going to fire again. Again, he needs a 10 to hit. 14 against 3. He is in heavy woods, so I'm cheating. He needed an 11. He missed. See if he is spent. He is spent. I think we're going to do a group fire here. Firing on this guy. So his is a +4. He'll get a +1 because of the assistance. So that brings it to a 5. This guy has a defensive 13 here. So I need an 8 or better. And I got the 8. So this time, since I damaged this guy, I'm not going to look at the token. And we won't see it until I shoot at him again. Or until he takes an action. You know, since I'm playing both sides, I need to be able to see it because I won't know if he can take an action or not. So I guess we're going to look at those. See if they're spent. The highest shoot value was 3, so that group will be spent if I pull a 3. And I did, so both units are spent. So this unit is going to fire here. His defense is 13 against 3, so I need a 10 to hit him. And we're going to use an AP and make that a 9 to hit him. And they miss. See if he is spent. And he is. This guy's going to move. Oh wait, my turn. It's German's turn. He's going to try to rally. So he needs a 7 or better. And he gets it. See if he is spent. It's 5 action points to rally. And he is spent. So Russian player is going to move up there. See if he is spent. He is not. This unit is going to fire on this guy. He has a +3 against the 13. So he needs a 10. And he missed. See if he is spent. And he is. I will pass because I have no units that can activate. See if he is spent. He is not. I will will pass again. He's going to move up. And see if he's spent. He is not. I'm going to use command action. This guy is going to fire on him. Attack is 4 plus 3 for close range is plus 7. His defense is 13, so I need a 6 or better to hit him. And I did hit him. And he is panicked, which means he can't fire at me. Can't move. Oh, can't fire. He can move, but he can't. His defense is down in his front flank, so that's nice. I think he's going to try to rally. Yeah. So he needs an 8 or better. He's going to use his last cap to try and improve that. So he needs a 7. And he missed it. See if he is spent. He is spent. It's my turn. I have another free action that I can use and try to kill him right now. But I think I'm going to wait to use that. So this is the end of the turn. Reset all these. Cap to reset. Draw new cards. Command action for the Germans. Frontline officer plus D6 caps. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm going to roll for initiative. Soviet player is going to use 2 caps to improve his initiative because he's worried about getting killed there. German player is not going to use any. Here's for the German player, and they have an 8. Here's for the Soviet player with plus 2, and they win. So the Soviet gets to go first. They're going to attempt to rally this unit. They need an 8 or better. They're going to use 2 caps to make that a 6 or better. And they succeed. The German player is going to attack here. Attack value of 4 plus 3 for close range. The defense value is 13, so we need a 6 or better, and we're going to use 1 cap to make it 5 or better to hit that unit. And they did get it. No, it is enough. That's 4 higher, so that's just going to kill this unit outright. So that is a victory point. And I didn't check to see if the Soviet was spent after its rally, but that doesn't matter. Now to check to see if that unit is spent. And it is spent. Soviet player here. I'm going to try to rally this unit. I need a 7. And they'll use 2 to make it a 5. And that one is rallied as well. Let's see if it is spent. It is spent. Let's see, the German player here is going to fire on this machine gun. We're going to need attack is 4, defense is 12, and they're in heavy wood, so it's a +2. So defense is 14. Need a 10. We're going to use 2 caps, and we're going to make that an 8. And they missed. See if they're spent. That's 2 action point. And they are spent. Boo. Soviets are going to, let's see, 3, they're in heavy, so that's 14, so it would be an 11. You shooting here, be a 13, 3, alright, this unit is going to fire on these guys. They need a 10. Attack is 3, defense is 12, plus the light wood makes it a 13. So 10 to hit. And they do hit. And that is a second hit on them. And that is going to kill them. So we're tied 2 victory points apiece right now. And I realize right now that I've not been tracking victory points for control of this. There should be 1 victory point each round that they've had that. Also, this is only 5 rounds for the game. Whoever has the most points after 5 rounds. And I have also not been tracking that. Just to keep it moving, we're going to say we've played 3 turns so far. The Soviets have had that for 3 turns. Plus the victory points for killing the units. So we're going to keep going from here. So we got to see if they're spent. That's 4 AP for that unit. And they are spent. Let's see, this light machine gun is going to fire here. Defense is 13. Attack value is 4. So we're reading a 9. We're going to make that a 7. And they miss. See if they're spent. They are not. That player, or that light machine gun is going to fire on there. Attack is 3, defense is 14, so they need an 11. And they missed. See if they're spent. And they are. Machine gun's going to fire again on this unit. Again, 13 defense, 4 attack, so we need a 9 to hit. And they missed. See if they're spent. And they are not. It's the only unit left that's active. They're going to pass because he doesn't want to run out in the open. They have the advantage right now. So, Soviet player passes. German player is again going to fire here. Needs a 9. And he gets a hit this time. And this unit is suppressed. Doesn't affect its defense. See if that unit is spent from that fire. And it is. The Soviets gonna pass again. No. The Soviets gonna try to outflank this guy, so it's gonna step forward here. That's 1 AP. See if he's spent. He is not. German player has to pass. Soviet player is going to advance. It's 1 AP. Is not spent. German player passes. German player is not going to pass. We are going to use a command action. Take 1 free action on any unit. This unit is going to fire on this unit. So he is in the open now. Make sure he's within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is. So attack value of 4, and he's in the flank of that unit. So his defense is 11. So he needs a 7 to hit that unit. Oh, and he missed. So close. Soviet is going to advance here. And that is 2 AP because he entered the woods. And he's still not spent. German player, I see you coming. I'm going to hope you get spent before you can get here and do anything. Soviet player is going to advance there. See if he is spent. And they're not spent. Oops. And the German player's got to pass again. Soviet player is going to use this frontline officer, add D6 caps. So this is the unit that's going to activate. It's going to cost 2 action points. So when I check for him spent, it costs 2. And I'm going to roll a D6 and add that many cap. So he gets 4 cap, which might be good if he doesn't get spent here in the process. So we're going to check to see if he's spent. It's 2 AP for that action. And he is spent, which is a bummer. I was hoping I could get him another move and then be able to use those caps to do a nice attack, but that's okay. German player passes. Soviet player's turn again. They're going to use all 4 of those caps. No, they're not. They're going to move. Well, if I move, then I can make an attack next turn. But I won't have enough caps left to do anything else this turn with that guy. Yeah, that's where we know. He's going to move there. And then we're going to use this machine gun. The German player will pass. Now it's the Soviets' turn again. They're going to use 3 caps. This machine gun's going to fire there. It's really, I don't have any other options at this point. So I've got it's attack 3, defenses 14, so I need an 11. Oh, so close. But I missed. German's going to pass. The Soviet player is going to pass. And that will be the end of the round. And we're going to call that end of round 4. So now we're moving into turn 5. Should have been tracking those the whole time. Oops. turn these. German player gets a sniper fire. It's gonna cause some loss of caps. Soviet player is gonna get a command action. All these get flipped back. So this is the last round of the game. The Soviets get another victory point because they held that point for one more turn. I probably would have changed how I played if I had remembered that rule. But that's okay. This is really just the trying out these activation tokens. So we're going to keep going here. Roll for initiative. We've got I don't think either side is going to use any caps to change the initiative. So German player for their initiative rolls a 7. Soviet player for their initiative rolls a 4. So the Germans have the initiative. Oh, this guy he is in a world of hurt right now. He's going to take a move action. He's going to just pivot. And that is 1 AP. See if he is spent. He is not. That puts him so he's not in his flank at least. This guy is going to fire on him. Defense here is 13. His attack is 3. We're going to boost that by 2. So attack is 5 versus a 13. So we need an 8 to hit the machine gun here. No, that's not right. Attack is 3 plus 2 plus 3 because he's in short range combat. So the total is 8 versus a 13. So we need a 5 to hit him. And we got it. It's not enough to kill him outright though, so draw a token. Oh, and he's stunned, which means he cannot fire. That's a big bummer. Boo. Alright, they're going to try to rally because that's what he needs to do. Oh, first I got to check to see if he's spent. And he is spent. Lucky, lucky. And he only has 3 caps left, but he does have some command actions, so still not out of the woods here. Alright, so now he's going to try to rally. We're going to spend 2 cap to improve that roll. I need a 5 or better to rally. He is successful in rallies. See if he has spent, that is 5 action points. And he is not spent because this is AI only. Soviet player, he wants to press home his advantage here, so he is going to use a command action. Going to activate that unit and fire on this machine gun. So defense is 13. Attack right now with close range is 6. He's not going to use any action point or command action points for this. So he needs 6 versus 13. He needs a 7 to hit. Oh, and he misses. Don't have to check to see if he's spent. That machine gun is going to fire on him. So he has an attack of 4 plus 3 for short range against defense of 12. So 7 versus 12. I need a 5 on this to hit. And it does hit, just barely. And that unit is penned. And we need to check to see if he's spent. It's 2 AP. He is not spent. All right, the Soviet player is going to use another command action. He's going to attempt to rally this unit. He's going to use 2 caps to improve his chance, so he needs a 5 or better. I'm torn between attacking with that or rallying. I think the rally is probably a better choice, but we'll see. So he needs 5 or better, and he gets it. Doesn't have checked if he's spent. The German player is again going to activate that machine gun and fire on the rifle team. Again, we have a 7 versus a defensive 12, so 5 or better. We're going to use 2 caps, and we're going to make it a 3 or better. So we're going to hit. I'm hoping I can just kill him. Nope. Got a 6. Need 1 more to make it a straight kill. So, let's see what happened to him. He is panicked, which is nice. We're going to see if he is spent. It's 2 AP for that attack. And he is spent. Boo. I was hoping to get another shot there. Alright, so back to the Russian player. He's spent. He's pretty much out of caps, but he does have a command card. We're gonna move here. And that puts us on our flank, or in his flank. Well, yeah, we're trying to get closer to him. He's facing that way. That doesn't put us in his flank. That puts us in his side. Or in his front arc. Either way, you gotta do it. So, the move, see if he is spent. He is not. He sees this threat coming, he needs to respond to it, so he is going to use his last command action card and take an attack on this guy. Hopefully he can pin him down or something. So the attack is 4 versus the defensive 12. That is an 8. Does this affect? Nope. So we need an 8. And we missed. He is going to move forward. See if he is spent. He is not. German player here. He's going to make an attack over here. Attacking this guy. His defense is a 14. He has a 4 for attack, so he needs a 10 to hit him. And he misses. See if he is spent. 2 AP. He is not spent. We're going to move forward for the Soviet player here. 1 AP. See if he is spent. He is not. Gonna fire here again. He needs a 10. Misses. See if he is spent. He is spent, but that is recycled chits. So we're going to put these all back in the bag. The Soviet player is going to attack here. So his attack is reduced by this damage. So right now he is +1. He's in short range, or excuse me, he's in close range, so that's +3. So he's +4 against defense of 13. So +4 against a 13. He needs a 9. And he misses. It's 5 AP for him. And he is spent. The German players all... No, we got this guy back here, so we still have a chance. There's really no chance for the German player to win, even if he manages to come 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if he can kill everybody, which there's no chance of that, he doesn't have much chance of winning. So I'm going to go ahead and call this game here as a win for the Soviet player. I like these activation tokens. Gives an interesting way to play the game instead of rolling for action points. Makes it a little bit more random. But in a reasonable way. Again, these were provided by Kevin Kitchens based off of the action points from the cards on the solo expansion. You don't have to have the solo expansion to use these because Kevin made the file available. It's on Board Game Geek, and I'll put a link to that in the description of this video. And again, thanks Kevin for putting these together. I plan to use them to play through all the scenarios in the core book solo, and I could play either side that way, whereas the solo expansion, you're only playing one side without the Firefight expansion. So these will add some diversity to the games. You could try out both sides. This scenario is very heavily weighted in favor of the Soviet player, which is fine. It's kind of a teaching scenario. Still fun to play, try out different ideas for the Germans. So if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this and all the various projects that I work on, you can subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, comments, if you saw any rules that I got wrong, because there's always rules that I get wrong, please put them in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.